What's going on, guys? This is JT from JT Corn Rings, where I talk corn rings and all things precious metals. Thanks for joining me for another video. This is a live stream called the Corn Ring Hour. I may stay on for an hour. I may not stay on for an hour. It depends on the engagement of the crowd. But I got a couple things to share right after the intro.
Woo! JT Corn Rings.
So what's going on, guys? It's JT once again. Today I'm talking about the rise in gold, the rise in silver, and the rise in gas. Boy, I tell you, this high price gas is killing us. Let me know in the comments, you feeling the pinch? In Baltimore, gas prices have started to rise. I recognize the difference from Monday to Thursday when I filled my tank up. By the weekend, which is Saturday, I had to put a quarter tank more. Went to the gas pump and I realized, guess what? Gas was now at $4.12 from $3.50. That was earlier that week, which is just Thursday. So I believe we will continue to feel the pitch. When I woke up on Saturday, I was talking to Daryl from a Money Level Show. Go check his channel out. Awesome channel. He had some awesome guests this week, Jim Rogers, and he talked about gold and silver and investing as well. But I talked to Daryl on Saturday, and I was discussing to him about the gas hike, how I recognized that from Thursday to Saturday, there was a tremendous difference. And I haven't been out and about today to see exactly what the price was, but I'm sure we'll be hitting $5 in Baltimore soon. So another thing I wanted to mention was how silver and gold has been up. And we're seeing silver hit the $26 mark and gold hit the $2,000 mark. Pretty high now. So those who collected gold, who held on to their gold, I applaud you all because I had to sell mine. So I will be talking about that as well. Okay, let's go inside the chats to see who is here early. We have my friend here, Nickel and Dime Corn Hunter, saying hello, JT. My buddy, partner in crime, Scrapping, Hoarding, Tinkering Fun. Gleason News is in the house. And the beautiful, the one and only, Mermaid Queen. Beautiful artist here in Baltimore. Always, she's abroad. She goes everywhere and plays her art in Baltimore, Atlanta, all over. Check her out. Beautiful artist. One of my favorites. So guys, we have Scrapping Hornet Tinkering Fun. Gleason says gas is $3.94 here in Tennessee. Absolutely crazy. Scrapping Hornet Tinkering Fun said gas is $4.29. I tell you, it is crazy. Absolutely expensive. So guys, that's what we're going to go into. Let's talk about the gas. We want to start with that, right? As we recognize, we know what's going on between Russia and Ukraine. These numbers are staggering. I did not know that Russia had that much control of natural resources. I've learned that recently, and I'm astounded by what's going on. So just how important understanding international news helps out daily lives. So one thing for sure, you need to start putting away money for gas, especially if you're a truck driver or you're a driver. I recognized earlier today, there was a guy who shared from I think Los Angeles, and he was a door dasher. I'll be sharing his comments today, showing that it's even affect those in the gig economy. So we have to be very mindful. This is not just affecting our pockets, but others as well. So I don't want to hold up that point. So let's go right to some of the points I have about gas. And here we go. I'm going to share with you that clip from Baltimore when I checked out the gas this Saturday. You see right there, gas was like $4 and $4.16. Let me show that again because that's utterly ridiculous. $4.21. I just put a quarter tank of gas in and it came up to like $21, I believe, $21.80. I just put a quarter tank of gas in, So I want to show you the gentleman in LA. It took it from a news clip. It's a short, about 15-second clip, so you got to catch on real quick. But I want to also bring how this is being affected by people who are doing the gig economy, and that's Uber, Lyft, DoorDash, Instacart. Everyone's going to be affected with $5 or more gas. It's all depending on where you are, because as he stated in this video, he stated that majority of his money is going to go into gas. So I want to share that clip.
In Los Angeles today, and they tell me they are stressed out over these soaring gas prices.
It made me want to stop and slap somebody because this is ridiculous. I'm out here trying to DoorDash, and I can't make no money. It's all going in my time.
And I mean, that's no laughing matter by a long shot, but the clip that I got it from, the person was laughing in the background. You have to realize how serious this is for those who use these gig jobs, these gig economy jobs, such as DoorDash, Lyft. I have family members who are using these gigs for extra money. So it's no laughing matter whatsoever. And when you look at that, it's bad enough that you use your car, you use your own gas. I don't think they're going to do a surcharge to charge the customer more money to at least help you being a driver, delivering the food, delivering people, being a taxi driver. You have to think about all these things. So sometimes people do anywhere from 100 to 200 drives a week. And also for Instacart, you're also driving different locations. You have DoorDash, people driving from 2 to 4 hours a day. They will be affected by these gas prices. So we have to be aware exactly what's going on. All right, we got some new comments. Yes, Mermaid Queen, most definitely. How much I comment on your posts. Definitely love your work. So yes, so one of the biggest points is that we have to be mindful of these gas prices. So tell me in the chat, how are some of you dealing with this new phenomenon that we got to deal with? Are you drivers? Are you just going with the flow? Tell me in the chat so we can share. What are you actually doing to prepare yourself for for the gas hike? So let me go into the chat. Scrapping, Hoarding, Tinkering Fund said gas went up 30 cents over the weekend. It doesn't seem like it's a lot, but 30 cents could be a lot, especially you have like 24-gallon tank. You look at that, sometimes people fill up 2 times in 1 week, depending on location. I was talking to a friend today, and they live in DC. No, they live in Baltimore, but they work in DC. Now, DC is a 50-mile drive from Baltimore. So you're looking at 1 hour going to, 1 hour coming back. That person is going to probably fill up their tank 2 times in 1 week because they're going to work 5 days a week. So you're looking at easily a person can spend $125 a week just in gas. That's $125 a week. You're looking at a good $400 to $500 just in gas. Easily, if you fill up 2 times. My rule of thumb has always been work close to where you live. I have a unwritten rule that I only work 10 to 15 minutes from my job. I usually work downtown Baltimore, and I always live close to my job. It's just something I always wanted to do. I never was a person who wanted to drive an hour to work and an hour back home. It's just something for the last 14 years that I've been a histotechnologist that I have not allowed myself to do, you know. So we have to go to the comments. Gleason News says it's a shame we have to get oil from Russia. Yes. And if anyone paid close attention to the tweet, if anyone listens to Elon Musk, but it was shared to me from my friend Daryl from the Money Level Show, he shared Elon's tweet stating that Elon, said, "Please, America, we have to start producing our own oil, because things like this happens. We at the mercy of the country that provides it. So we know that things are going, policies and politics is the main factor for why we can't do production here. I know there was some talks through the Trump administration, but for those who can revisit it or want to share some things, I'll put the link in the chat. You can come up if you like and talk about it. So let me copy that. If you'd like to come up to share your thoughts on the gas prices, you can definitely come up. Okay, so I clipboard that, and I'm put that in the link for those who would like to come up to share their thoughts on gas. You're welcome. And there we go. If you want to come up, that's the link. And you want to share 2 minutes commentary on your thoughts, please do. I'd like to welcome BH Customs. Howdy, everyone. Thanks for coming to my live stream. This is the Corn Ring Hour, where I talk corn rings and all things precious metals. Today, I'm talking about the rise in gas, gold, and silver. Right now, we're talking about gas. I shared a clip of a gentleman in California. This gentleman here was talking about how difficult it was going to be for him to just do DoorDash. A lot of Americans are going to need that second income. Everything is going to spike up high, right? So now I want to go straight into rising oil commodity prices means gold uptrend will last long after Ukraine war is resolved. This is an article from Kitco. So let's go to this article basically. This is written by Niels Christian, March 7th, 2022. Came out 10:51 this morning. Basically, this is as editor's note. With so much market volatility, stay on top of daily news. Get caught up in the minutes. So Russia war with Ukraine continues to roil global financial markets and global supply chains, which is driving commodity prices higher and adding further momentum to gold, according to some analysis. While office highs, overnight gold prices push over 2,000 an ounce, hitting the highest level since September 2020. The rally in the precious metals came as oil prices jumped 10%, rising to $130 a barrel, its highest level in 14 years. So that is crazy. As we see here, gold is being affected as well, for a good thing. For those who have saved their gold, who are still buying gold, tell me in the comments below, are you still buying gold, even though it's going to $2,000? It is at $2,000 an ounce. Let me know by giving me a 1 in the chat if you're still buying gold at this time, or you're happy. I know you're happy that you held on to it. So let's go back to this article. We got here. Thank you so much. Show this. There we go. I'm trying to show Shroom Day. Can't see it. Oh, I'm sorry. All right, I was trying to share something. Okay. So we go back to here. The story for gold has now become a global one. He said it's not just oil, but all commodity prices are going higher. And that is going to create a major inflation. And investors are turning to gold to protect their capital. With inflation, once the cat is out the bag, it will be very difficult to get back in the raising rates so high that it causes long-term economic damage. So basically, this
That means, we were selling our excess.
Mhm.
Okay. Then the day Joe Biden came in, he shut it down. Joe Biden's son was on the board of Burisma, the natural gas company or energy company. They're in solar more probably in the Ukraine. A lot of things seem to be going through the Ukraine. A lot of money goes through the Ukraine. The money that we gave to the Iraqis back in like 2012 or 13, that went through the Ukraine to get there. So we shut down the pipeline. We're no longer energy independent. And all the gas that we're going to buy this summer is coming from Russia.
Right.
Joe Biden get as mad as he wants but they're ignoring the question. I'm watching Paseki every day, and they won't confront the issue of, well, if you're putting sanctions on Russia, what about us buying all of our gasoline from Russia? If you're driving your car today, there's a 100% chance that the gas in there's from Russia. It has been since Joe came in, and it's going to continue to be from Russia. Now, there's a lot of problems with Joe Biden and Hillary getting a lot of money from that woman that was married to the mayor. She's the richest female in Russia. They took millions of dollars from her. I don't know if she has a connection to that, but it seems like just back with George Bush, the exact same thing happened for Dick Cheney's company. All we ever do is these billionaires that control our country send our children to war, to places that create gasoline.
Right.
And then this orange man comes along one day, and I never voted Republican in my entire life up until the last 10 years. And that's only because that's a long story. Somebody told me something about Hillary years before, but this orange man comes along and he starts thinking like a businessman. We have a bunch of lawyers that are in Washington, D.C. that couldn't win a court case in traffic court. That's why they're politicians. They're not politicians because they're good at being lawyers.
Right.
So we have to understand that these people sold our dream to the people we're buying gas from, to the people who are making our Nikes, and all those jobs were exported. They're all bad. Both Bushes were evil, satanic people. And we've had every single president then has been in the same club as those guys. And every time one of those guys take over, gas prices have more than doubled than what they were 16 months ago.
So tell me this.
Yes.
So tell me this. So I hear that President Joe Biden is having talks with Venezuela. What do you know about that? Tell me what you have.
I don't know much about the talks with Venezuela, but I do know Venezuela has been under the thumb of Soros for a while. Now, let me explain something to you. This is the most important thing you do. You're going to find yourself in this election series as in neither party if you do this one thing. Every person that you say you're going to vote for, you go on Ballotpedia.com and see if they took the $10,000 from George Soros. My sheriff took $10,000 from George Soros. The state representative in the same town, where her office is in the same town, took $10,000 from George Soros. George Soros, I've been hunting it for 3 months because I had it and it was wiped out and I found it. And that is the home office of Open Arms Society, which is George Soros Open Arms Society, is located in Nova Scotia. It's a political organization that's donating to our politicians. As soon as our politicians accept that money, they have first of all, they broke their oath and they have committed high treason as it was defined by the Orange Man in December 2018 when he wrote an executive order stating that if you do any business with any type of political party that is outside the United States, you committed high treason. So now we have at least half of the people on both sides of the aisle in Congress who have taken that money. And we are the commodity that they are trading. A good example of that, Joe Biden wants to spend $10 billion to the Ukraine. How much of that will ever get to the ground? You can ask any woman who raised their child in Cabrini Green in 1970 if any of the billions, if all of the billions of dollars that we have dedicated to the poor made it to the poor, they would be richer than the middle class. But not a dime made it. Not one of those people were treated like humans. They were treated just like the rats that live in their building. Nobody cared because it's a funnel. It's just a funnel, and they use the plight of the poor, the weak, the sexually confused as their platform to suck our dollars and never give them to the source.
So just to put this subject around what's going on right now.
Sorry, it's a big thing.
Yeah, I appreciate you so much because you always drop the information that I need to hear that I can't hear everywhere else. So you always do that for me and share the information for me. But what do you think about this hike on precious metals? Where do you think gold and silver is going to go, and what's your suggestion? Because I'm gonna share why I sold majority of mine because I had to last year. So what's your stance on what you see right now, silver and gold? What's your take?
I think there's no way to get out of this mess without silver going to its natural value. I don't, and when I say out, there's two ways out of this mess. The reset that is controlled by Klaus Schwab, who controls all the banks. And if that happens, we're all going to have credits on our phone instead of dollars. And your phone battery dies, you're broke. Or as we've seen in Canada, if you're not charged with anything and you're not arrested, the government can still turn off your bank account, which has happened to thousands of truckers in Canada. And I guarantee it's going to happen here. So we're either going to go to that system or we're going to go to a gold-based system. Now, when we destroyed Japan, what they did is they took all the wealth from all the bad people and then they redistributed it amongst the people of Japan to get those mom and pop shops up and running. So the people of Japan came back at a very close to middle class stance. It's right after they were rebuilt, right after the war, right after we destroyed Hiroshima. So those people did benefit from something like that. I believe we will too. If the good reset takes place, that is the reset that is not controlled by Klaus Schwab, and there's a fight for it right now. It's going to go. It's going to more than go to its value. It's going to go to a competitive price. But just to give you guys a hint of what's happening on the good side, if the good guys win, and that is not Nancy Pelosi or Klaus Schwab or anyone controlling Congress right now, if the other people win, all they're doing right now is selling us into a new world order.
Right.
And that in itself is treason because they're yes.
Hold on 1 second. I want to go to this break and I want you to come back with that point, okay?
Yes, sir.
All right, guys, be right back. Stay tuned. I want to hit you up with some advertisement.
Take pride in your stack and wear it. Johnson Toe is an American craftsman who could take your favorite coin design and create art that you'd be very proud to wear and something very special to share. JT Coin Rings, handcrafts, handmade jewelry, especially for you.
All right, guys, we're back. Right now, we're talking to Red Step Stacker. He is dropping those bombs. I love the fact he always come up and share news that I use, and some things I just don't get to read. But he forever pops up and share information with me. Guys, if you have any comments, if you want to share, I put the link in the chat below. Please come up. I really appreciate
come on up
taking up the time on Monday afternoon on our Corn Ring Hour. All right, Red, step second. You was talking about some information. I want you to continue.
If we get the good reset, all of us are going to get a piece of pie, and it's not a government handout. It's a reset.
Right.
So what'll happen is that'll be distributed through your. What's happening right now is we are all in. You take $1 that you made. We're all enslaved, and here's the proof.
Yeah.
You take $1 out of your check. They already took income tax out of it.
Yeah.
Then you take that dollar to the grocery store and you buy food, and they take more taxes out of that dollar that they already taxed.
All day.
And then the third one is your property tax. You're already paying them. They're taking what I call an employee, because you can't be, as I said, I voted Democrat my whole life up until, 6 or 8 years ago. And you can't be a Democrat and be a business owner, because as soon as you say, I want to put on an employee and I'm going to pay him $10 an hour or whatever,
right?
Let's just say $10 an hour. And you realize that it's going to cost you $23 an hour to put them on. So what the government is doing with me and you and everybody else is pimping us out to employers.
So tell me this: do you think that because you just based off what you said and your change of affiliation to parties, you
I didn't change. I'd say I found out I'm a libertarian, that I believe in the Constitution, and anybody else, I'll challenge them and debate them.
My correction. So I say, do you think people should vote their best interests? So, like you said, if you're a business owner, you can't really see yourself as a Democrat because based off of what policies they put into place. So, do you think it's best to vote your best interests?
No, not now.
Okay, tell me why.
Because we have to make sure that no one that received the $2 or $10 or $100,000 from George Soros gets reelected, because George Soros, as a child, was he didn't live with his parents. He lived with a Nazi, and he was a Jew. He was born a Jewish boy, but there's two Jewish. The Jewish people aren't just one people; they're two people. They're the people of Cain and Abel. So he's a Cain.
I want to stay off that topic.
Okay. Okay.
You know how I am. I want the information.
Okay. So George Soros gets paid from this man to go find all the Jews in town in Hungary. And George Soros made his first dollar sending Jews to concentration camps in his own town. He's admitted this. This is his story. He has told 15, 20 years ago. Every time YouTube takes it down, somebody else puts it up. There's no problem hearing those words come out of his mouth.
Do me a favor.
Yes, sir.
Send me that.
I'll dig it up. I'll dig it up today, and I'll probably send it to you through Instagram. Okay.
Got you. All right. So before we go on, because I want to make sure we keep on going the parts of the show. So let's go back to, we was on precious metals. We talked about the reason why things go up.
They stay down because the bank doesn't have enough real silver to cover their paper. So every time it goes up 40 cents, America Bank or Bank America or whatever it is, they're like $100 million in the hole. So every time it goes up 40 cents, that's another 400 million. How much? I mean, that's 40 million. They're 40 million in the hole more, or 400, whatever the denomination, 40 cents. Say it goes up $1. We know they're another, 100 million in the hole.
Right.
So they have to control the price because none of the banks have the paper to cover it. That's why it's low. Right. So I'm saying when there's a reset, the banks won't have that ability or power, and the means to even buy or sell trade silver might be gone for a while. At that time, it'll go to a natural price. That time, Klaus Schwab's out of the game.
This puts us in a vulnerable state. And I I wanted to bring on the point that when I sold my silver last year, I had to sell a majority of my silver. But those who know, who follow me on on YouTube, I do share that I was divorced, went through a divorce. So I had to instead of grabbing another job, I had my opportunity stacked and I also had savings. And when I went through that emergency savings, I had to sell off my silver, and I had enough to sell off at least 30 ounces a month for a year to keep me from working one employment and spending time with my children, and not to be burnt out. I didn't want to go grab another job and all that stuff.
And that broke all of us hearts when we heard that. That broke my heart.
Yeah, it's a rough, definitely. But thank goodness that things are still good. That that we're working fine at parenting. So, but the biggest thing I wanted to focus on is that, at this time, starting over is like a person who never heard of silver and gold, but this is probably the worst time to start. Would you say?
No, I don't think it's the worst time to start until it's $50-$60. There's no way silver can stay this low. Silver is a byproduct of gold. When they're looking for gold, they find silver.
Right.
So
what would be your advice on a person who just getting into silver?
Oh, you know what? I'm going to tell them to buy. I say set a certain amount even if it's $30 a week. You go spend $30 a week. You don't worry about how much an ounce is. I don't ever care how much an ounce is. I know I got $30 to spend, and whatever silver to get me, it'll get me. But I know that I'm going to walk out of there with the most silver if I buy old junk constitutional coins that are in the back of the shop or in a coffee can on the floor by the guy's foot. That's what I'm after.
I know that's right. Okay, we got one more break in between. So, Rich Stepstacker, don't go nowhere because I still want to talk to you. But
Yes, sir.
I want to make sure that I give some props to someone who brought me a coffee. So, right now, we want to talk to my coffee cup is at the end. Got a little bit left, but last show I want to talk to about a sponsor who hooked me up. So let me do that right now.
Hey everybody, I'm Corey.
Today's coffee was bought by Blind Guy, his wife, their life. They gave me a contribution. I was able to buy a sweet bun too. I appreciate your contribution to the channel. Thank you so much. And there we have it, guys. We have Blind Guy, his wife, their life. They blessed my channel last live stream and bought me 5 cups of coffee. What this does is help me to do my giveaways, help the channel to go on. Got the flashy lights, a nice little soundboard. All these contributions help me, especially the selling of my corn rings. If you heard my corn ring commercial, the one and only Red Step Stacker blessed me with his sultry voice, the best voice on YouTube. So all these contributions help my channel. But this segment of the show is called In the Streets, where I talk about a certain channel in YouTube. And what I want to do is talk about that right now. So stay tuned with that. That's right. Today I'm talking about Blind Guy, his wife, and their life. This is a short intro to their channel. Check them out on YouTube. They have a show every Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. I love the fact that a husband and wife can come together and put a quality show on. So right now, let's learn about Blind Guy, his wife, and their life.
Hey everybody, I'm Corey the Blind Guy.
And I'm his wife, Laquita Marie.
Together we let you enter our life live every hump day, bang, bang, to Friday. That's Wednesday,
Thursday,
Friday at
11:15 a.m. Eastern Standard Time.
And when you come to this channel, hey, K Business Podcast said that we are a self-improvement resource library, meaning we're bringing great information to you guys out there to help you to change your narrative of what you think it means to be normal when it comes to your health,
Your business,
and your wealth.
wealth.
We do that in 1 hour where we have 2 fantastic giveaways. We have our plant-based treat, and of course, we have our fantastic guests.
All right, guys, there you have it. You have Blind Guy, his wife, and their life every Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. Check them out at 11:15. All right. Red Step Stacker.
Hey,
Thank you, man. I appreciate you staying around. I just wanted to make sure I add that love
that was nice.
gave to the channel. I really appreciate them. We got Before the Billions in the chat. Before the Billions, a data engineer. He just hit over 1,000 subscribers. He got monetized. He shares with the community his life as a data engineer. This guy did a 24-hour live stream one time in the midst of getting his work, his watch hours. His hustle is unmatched. Definitely appreciate this young man. He's definitely adding a lot of value to the YouTube community. So Before the Billions, thank you so much for joining in. We also have Miles. He came into the chat. Thank you so much for coming in. Also, Poe, what's going on? He said, "What's up, JT?"
Poe, he's with me. I sent him to you. He knows who you are.
That's awesome. What's going on?
He asked me, he said, where do I buy JT? He texted me 2 days ago. He said, where do I buy JT's your fat food t-shirt?
Oh, okay. Yeah. Oh, yeah. The junk food.
Yeah, junk food.
Junk silver over junk food. Yeah, gotcha.
Yeah, he wants to buy that. Where does he buy that?
Oh, it's on my website at JT Coin Rings. I put the I'll make sure I put the
JTCoinrings.com.
JTCoinrings.com. I'm gonna put it right now. Right there. Guys, if you like any of my coin rings, my shirts, JTCoinrings.com. You can get there. And give me an email. And if you've been sent by my buddy here, Red Step Stacker, you get a discount. You get a discount. That's how it works over here. Anybody, my brother has sent many people in our way unselfishly. I love you, man.
No, not unselfishly. You get it forever. It's lifetime commercials with me because of all you did for me when my channel started. This channel wouldn't be here today. I wouldn't have the audience that I have. I wouldn't be making adventure videos, going around the country, finding Americana, reminding of us of our recent past, things that we remember from our childhood. That's thanks to you.
I've always believed that you were like one of the best YouTubers ever. You're a natural entertainer. You're naturally funny, but your level of professionalism and your level of insight. I just seen it when you was doing coin videos and just you're just so creative, and I think that's because that's been in you, and you've just been doing it for so long. It just oozes out of you. The way you put your videos together, and the world famous voice, that everyone loves. I think someone said, "Doesn't Red Step Stacker sound like Jimmy Kimmel?"
I wish I could find somebody who would pay me for this voice. I haven't made money off this voice. I made very little money off this voice. I had a voiceover job once.
Okay.
But it was mostly for phone applications, and my voice was too muddy. So what they would do is they would get a woman with a deeper voice. If you watch the news every night, you'll notice that the women on there have a powerful, deeper, but still silky and sexy voice. You're never going to hear of a newscaster with a high-pitched voice, a female, ever.
You know what? It's a science to it because I never thought about that. Because I've seen it so much, I didn't even think about it, And you have the voice is that important, and it has to be because it has to be clear, and it has to be presented in a fair way.
Yeah, authoritative, like you trust them, kind of way. Like they speak in a way that you trust them, and generally those women that have this, a little bit of a deeper voice, not masculine at all, but just not in a high register,
Right.
They get those jobs. And so when it comes to phone applications, like, thank you for calling Americana Hotel. Please press 1 to reach the operator. Those are the jobs that I would end up, that the place that I worked at would end up getting. And they put me on in a hotel. I think it was Americana Hotel. And it was too muddy and people couldn't understand it through the phone.
When you say muddy, explain that, because I'm from Baltimore. We got a lazy tongue. And
I think muddy would be that there's not enough mids in the tone for it to sound nice on the phone, so it was almost more quiet because the lack of mids in the recording. I think that would probably be it. Yeah.
I wanted to go back to one part, because we know about this gig economy, and a lot of Americans are they definitely looking for that second income. And the gig economy, such as Lyft, we have Uber, we have DoorDash. People have been depending on these jobs in order to gain so much money. So I want to share this clip that I shared earlier, and I want you to comment on it. Okay.
Right on.
Once I find my mouse.
In Los Angeles today, and they tell me they are stressed out over these soaring gas prices.
It made me want to stop and slap somebody, because this is ridiculous. I'm out here trying to door dash, and I can't make no money. It's all going in my.
So this guy was in Los Angeles. I got this clip from IG, and I was kind of upset because I have family members who DoorDash, Instacart, they do, Lyft, Uber. And just these gas prices are going to roll them right over. There's no way that they'll be able to put that much miles in their car and put that much gas in. Like right now, if you put premium gas, it's close to $5. I'm sure by next week, regular gas would probably be $4.50 to $4.80 here in Baltimore. I'm just saying, because it was $3.50 on Thursday morning when I filled my tank up, and when I topped it off on Saturday, it was at $4.12. So I'm just saying that I know that my I have a close relative who does Lyft. I'm kind of afraid for her. Will she be able to continue to do this with these gas prices?
Yeah, I had a guy tell me who was driving. I don't remember which one he was working for, but he took me actually my eye operation, an old guy, and he said that it cost me $1 to make 90 cents. He said he's borrowing, and I put it down in the chat earlier. I just repeated what he said. He's borrowing from Peter to pay Paul, and he's losing money on it. And that was already 16 months ago. That guy gave me that ride. So I believe that those jobs are kind of set up to keep cash in your pocket, but ultimately the first time you got to replace brakes or you got to do something based on maintenance of that vehicle, you're in the hole, and you're now putting out more money than you're taking in. That's when the dream breaks. When your car breaks, you can keep the cycle going until you get a big repair bill.
And I've for 2 years, I did Amazon. I did Amazon Flex, and I did Xfinity. I also had a contract with Xfinity, and I would go pick up customers' boxes and alarm systems that they would service over, but I had to drive out to them. I got paid per box in order to do it, and that was, I would drive anywhere from 60, 70 miles a day or more, and I would do that before I go to my main job. And I also would do Amazon Flex, which I thought was not worth it at all, because they only pay you $75 to maybe $100 a box, but you're delivering anywhere from 60 to 100 packages, I believe. So you're even though they give you a zip code, by the end of the day, you're probably making like $12 an hour, probably less. After you put gas in your tank, you got worry about those things like flat tire, that happens, or the wear on your tires, the gas, and also the brakes. And I think I had a pickup truck at that time, and because I was doing cable, I was a manager at Xfinity, and I think I had a flat and also I think a back light, it was severed, so the wire was severed. By the time I fixed those things, I was like, this is not even worth it. So and then when I had to file my taxes, I was like, this is ridiculous. So what I did, I said, I'll never do this again. And that's why I started picking up coin rings in my main job. I said, nothing else. I don't want to do any extra, nothing, because it wasn't a benefit at the last minute. And I know people have to put money in their pocket, but sometimes it's just not worth it. But people are hurting for money. So I think people should do something. But when I saw it this morning, the person in the background was laughing. The clip, I was trying to find the main clip, and I was like, "It's nothing funny, dude. It's people about to start hurting, and it's the food prices are rising, the gas prices are rising. I'm sure renters will feel the pinch when landlords start to raise the prices all around. I think 30% a month are going to increase in people's homes. It's no laughing.
Easy. It was 30% increase. I bought 4 pieces of wood that 2 years ago cost $1.97. I paid $3.30 today. When I bought a buttload back in December, I paid $2.27. So it went up $1.03. And the lady at the register, who seemed like she was a supervisor, told me, she said, I mentioned the price. She said, yeah, last December, that's when they put it up. It's up $1. And I was like, yeah, it's $1.03. Up just since December she gave me a discount because I had to go through over 200 pieces of wood to find 4 good ones. And I only got 3 good ones and took one. I can only use half and paid $3.30 for a 1x3. Wow. I'm doing a series of videos right now teaching people how to build a chicken tractor inexpensively, and it's no longer inexpensive. And that's another way to feed yourself if you have the ability. And a lot of municipalities are considering turning the rules around. As a matter of fact, Paul Poe here in the chat is also backyard farmer, and he ran into some problems too. But we both recognized at the same time in history about a year ago. Remember when I texted you and I said, "Go get some food"?
Yeah.
I was 6 months early or 8 months early. All the intel I ever got, I got way before it happened.
Right.
Which is almost like not having it at all. Why even bother, But everything I said was very consistent. It just took a year. Just like Nancy Pelosi talking about UFOs. A year and a half, people thought I was crazy saying that the government's going to start talking about UFOs, but the plan's already out. So what Paul and I decided and agreed upon was that what they've done a test already. First of all, Walmart, somebody tested a Walmart orange, no vitamin C in a Walmart orange. What do you have to do to water? What kind of tricks do you have to play on water to have an orange tree make oranges with no vitamin C? Like what is there a savings? There must be some kind of savings in not putting vitamin C into an orange, which should happen naturally. With the food prices the way they are, Paul and I both agree. He got a couple sheep and stuff, but I started getting chickens. I got it's a breed that's neighbor friendly because they're very quiet. They have the highest production rate out of all of the breeds. And it's called the Astrolorp. They're gorgeous. They're all black with a green sheen if the sun hits them just right. And these 2 ladies that I got back in November are going to start laying for me in April. Now, a chicken tractor is it's a hen house that you pull around the yard.
Okay.
And you put them over new grubs. I got a tick problem in my neighborhood. Or in my yard because I'm surrounded by woods. So those things my chickens are going to eat like kings or queens and eat a lot of ticks, a lot of worms. And basically 3 weeks after you pull your chicken tractor off an area of grass, it looks like your lawn's destroyed. 3 weeks later, it's emerald green and twice as tall as everything else because it just got chicken shit all over it. They ate all the grubs that are killing your yard, and it's a way to produce. I know I'm going to get. I'm looking at over at least 4 dozen a month from those 2 chickens. So if they give me 6 a week, 1 a day, that's what these breeds are for. So that's how I'm fighting this. No, I can't get a third job,
Right.
you know, and my company, my guitar pick company, it's getting a slow start back up. And I was really dependent on that. Had somebody order a big, huge order on me and then drop out and ghost me after I spent a whole week working on some big, crazy order. So, so anyone who orders from Forever Guitar Pick on Reverb today, I'll double your order if you do it by midnight. And you say JT sent me. Send me a message afterwards. Say JT sent me. You buy one guitar pick, I'll get a different complementing wood. So you have two tones, because what I do is I create guitar picks.
Mhm.
Each wood from around the world creates a completely different tone, and you'll know that it's so distinctive. So if you're a guitar player, it eliminates string noise. It strengthens the mids, and it adds to your sustain. If you play guitar with a dead fish, you know it's going to have a sound. It's going to sound like a dead fish on a guitar. You know, so but if you use plastic, it sounds like plastic.
Right.
When you use wood, there's no string noise. So I'm inviting everybody to my business, which has been quite slow, and I'll double your order. And if you order a 6-pack, if the first 3 people that order a 6-pack, I'll put in a canvas bag, and 3 people won't order a 6-pack. Woo! Crazy sale. Come on down to Crazy Body. Selling guitar picks.
So for sure, what I need from you, Red, is definitely I need a video drop for that, so I can add them to my live streams. I would love to do that. So please, I know you're just give me a drop so I can add that to my streams as I do my sponsors and my.
Okay. All right. You might very much love this. I have a commercial.
Okay,
I posted it today.
Okay.
It's a little guitar pick, and he's got a big guitar pick uncle. But the big guitar pick uncle is like an old blues guy.
Okay.
Okay. And he's asking his uncle advice, like sage advice. So I think you'll like the commercial a lot.
I have a friend. I met this guy maybe 4 or 5 years ago, and he makes.
Wait, there's a redhead. She's really pretty. Sorry, Mr. Face.
Gotta love it.
Yeah, you gotta stop for the redheads.
Got the redhead sighting. You got to get it love.
Yeah. Everything's happening here on JT Coin Rings today.
I know that's right. I had a friend of mine, and this guy's one of the reasons why I got to make it to rings. He got me interested. And his name is Brian T. Fur, and he makes guitars, handmade guitars, and here in Baltimore. And I stumbled across his Facebook this weekend, and I was like, oh my goodness, I haven't seen this guy in years. He's a musician, poet, and also plays guitars. He makes everything. A very great soul. And I'm going to try to get him on here, and I want you both on here at the same time, since you have experience making guitar picks, and he makes guitars, and I
made guitars back in the day.
So this would be a good conversation, I believe, because this guy inspired me to do rings because he made his wife engagement ring. He made it out of lost cast wax, and he explained that to me, and I was like, man, you can't make no ring. He said he went to a place and they walked him through the process, and he did it. And I was like, man, and I went home and searched everything, and that's how I learned about lost cast wax, and also stumbled across a video from Skylar Jenkins about coin rings. Wow. So if it wasn't for him, I wouldn't even have the curiosity to do this, what I'm doing. So I have to have him on here.
I'm up for it anytime. Yeah, so I'll Saturday nights are great for me, unfortunately.
Awesome. I will contact him, and I will see what day is good for him. I want to definitely check the chat. We have Rory Ross. He says, hey, yo, JT and friends. I appreciate you coming in, man. Also, Poe talked about something I want you to mention. Maybe you know a little more. He says, no cut C is NWO stuff, so New World Order stuff. So what is that? What is he saying there?
New cut seed, SEED.
He says, no cut C, the letter C, is NWO stuff.
I don't know. Maybe they were talking about that. No cut C. I don't know. I don't know. I do know that this election cycle, we have to be very careful of who we vote for. Not who we vote for, but who's who's giving those people money that we want to vote for. That's all that matters.
And how do we find it out? Tell me a quick source on how
Ballotpedia.com.
Say it again.
Ballotpedia.com.
Ballotpedia.com.
That'll also teach you. It'll also show you who's running in any of the local races, and it'll also help you find out if you want to run for office. There's a lot of offices in every single district that have no one running against them or no one running at all. You see that on the ballot every time you go. Nobody's they got the Republican judge. Nobody's running against the Republican judge. Nobody's running, you know what I mean? All the way down the line. So if you want to challenge someone, even if you're in the same party as them, well, actually, here's the trick about getting into elections. If you register as an independent, you have to come up with like 80% less signatures than everybody else.
Okay.
So there you go. You just saved yourself 3 months or more trying to get 100,000 signatures. Now you only get, some places even say you only need 500 signatures. You only need 1,000 signatures. I had a woman on my channel the other day that I met at one of the truck rallies for the Freedom Convoy, and she ran for office, and they have a really evil mayor, she explained, and she took 20% of the vote away from the mayor. She didn't win, but she also didn't spend 10 cents. She didn't even make one sign.
Wow.
She just got her name on the ballot and took 27%. So Ballotpedia will teach you, you click on their name. The easiest way I think to do is go to Google and say whatever your favorite politician is and put in contributions behind it, campaign contributions. You see an entire list and every penny that person gave. So, and if you see George Soros or Open Arms Society, get out.
Get out. Ballotpedia, is that BALLET?
Pedia. Yeah, it's a huge website. It's a very popular website. So even if you spell it wrong, Ballotpedia, P-E-D, yeah, like Wikipedia, but Ballotpedia, yeah. It'll pop right up, and that's a great way if you want to run for office. There's nothing wrong with running for office. You got to get involved in your school boards. If we want to stay free, if we want our children to enjoy the freedoms that we had, this is the election that matters. Because I've been preaching to my audience who's quite a bit ahead on what's going to happen before it happens. I have an amazing think tank on Telegram of we whittled it down 600 people, we removed people, and it's a private group, and we have great information coming in there. But if we want to keep this a free country, this is literally the last election cycle. Now, what really worries me, my mom is into astrology and psychics and all that stuff. And my mom has told me things that have come true. I know astrology is real. I personally think it's evil. My mom told me a year or two ago, it was 2 years ago, she said, weirdest thing, she goes, "You're going to have sex on Thursday." I go, "What?" My mom said that to me. "You're going to have sex on Thursday." Mom, there's no possible chance. There's no one on board for that. Thursday rolls around. Mom was right.
Wow.
Okay. So this psychic said in 2011, before I even met Dr. John Coleman, who's a British spy, I won't get into that. This woman said that Donald Trump will be the last elected by the people, or she just said elected president of the United States ever. The last elected, like in there fair and square.
Right.
I'm like, Donald Trump, that guy's a, jerk. That guy's never going to be, why would Ebony, that guy's, that's the craziest thing I ever heard.
Right.
Here we are. Dr. John Coleman also told me, because he was the Queen of England's handler's bodyguard and MI5 and MI6, that he was at a conversation with Hillary Clinton back in 92 or 93. And Hillary was told if she goes back to her husband, she'll win the popular vote. Dr. John also told me that at the water cooler, one of the conversations every few years around the water cooler at MI5-6 headquarters, the spy headquarters, who's going to be the next president.
Right.
And they know, the water cooler in England knows who the president's going to be years before we know who the president's going to be. And that has to stop. Paper ballots would help, but if you got to get involved any way you can, keep your eyes open. And if everything's fair and square, that's the guy I want. I don't care what side he's from.
Right.
If the majority of the people in this country agree that one man gets a job, God bless him to get the job. And I'm getting close to dangerous, so I'm going to shut up.
So we have ballotpedia.com. It taught something, learned something new for me. So I'll definitely put that as a ticker below for those who like to get information like myself. I'm gonna go back and check it out to see what new things I can learn. So I appreciate you doing that. But Reds, I'm about to end this show because at 2:15, that's what I gotta do. I
Go to work.
I gotta pick the little one up.
Oh, is that
So,
late? Oh,
I gotta pick the little one up, and then later on I go to work. But I definitely wanted to spend some time online. And I appreciate you, man. I really do.
I appreciate you.
So
Every movie night, you'll always be the commercial. You're always guaranteed to be in my movie night commercials. I'm going to keep doing movie nights. I got a strike for a song in the middle of a Christmas movie, which was weird. That scared me away from movie night. But we do movie nights on my channel too. We travel around the country. We experience Americana. Things you've never seen before, things you haven't seen in 30 years. Come on over and visit us. Thank you.
Tell them the name of the channel.
It is now Hello America with an explanation point. You might get a bunch of Def Leppard videos. You can also search what was the name of that? Night of I went to a school bus demolition. Night of Thrills is the name of one of my videos. So Hello America explanation point, or Night of Thrills, which is my school bus demolition derby video. Pretty cool stuff.
What's the next video that you have on deck so we can send people out there?
Right now I'm doing chicken videos, and that people aren't happy with it. But like you said, I'm creative and I have to regurgitate the stuff, and I can't eat another meal till I regurgitate the one I'm on. So there's going to be a couple of boring chicken videos, unless you want to buy chickens and you want a chicken tractor. I'm teaching people how to build a chicken tractor. But today I was supposed to go to and I didn't. I probably still could go to a giant antique toy mall.
Okay.
All the toys from your childhood. A chocolate factory that's shaped like a Hershey's Kiss is coming up. Okay. House on a Rock, where there's an extended bridge out into the middle of nowhere that's 200 feet off of a cliff. It's not screwed down. It's balancing. It's teetering. And there's enough of it on the earth to keep even a big guy like me from getting the whole thing to tip. It's a lot coming up there.
You got a lot going on, man. But I love the fact that you recreated your channel once again.
Yeah.
So many faces on YouTube. So many creative outlets. So, man, you're the first person I knew to go viral personally. And we
And where did I show my face the first time ever?
On JT Coin Rings.
On JT Coin Rings. And that's why I did it again. That's why we're doing it today. I got a little older.
You look great, man.
Working on it.
I'm so happy, man, to see you.
I'm going to get some tuna right now.
I know. Go ahead and take care of that, my friend, and we'll talk again. Please send me that clip. So
yes, sir.
On to the live stream, okay?
Right on.
Appreciate
Peace and love worldwide. Live your life before your life lives you.
Most definitely. All right, guys. That we had my friend Red Step Stacker. Definitely, he was definitely important here on my channel by supporting me, also helping me get orders. He put my commercial on his show without even asking, man. He's definitely a great guy. I'd like to say hi to Luscious Journey. Thank you so much for coming by. I appreciate you, but I wanted to recognize you. I did not want to end the show without recognizing you in the chat. We have Poe. Poe said, if movie night hits 100 viewers, I'll buy a winner a JT coin ring. Oh, that's what's up. So we have to make sure that movie night gets to 100 viewers. Once Rich shows me his new page, the commercial, I'll definitely promote that on my videos as well to get more people to go to movie night. I appreciate that, Poe. I really appreciate that. So, guys, thank you so much for joining me on another episode of JT Corn Rings. Make sure you join me on my next video. What's this? So that sounds great. Thank you so much, Paul. Appreciate that. And guys, I will see you on my next video. Thank you so much for taking the time out spending with me. And before I leave, you know, if you want a sticker, a channel sticker, please email me at jtcornrings@gmail.com for your free channel sticker. And that's showing my appreciation for you joining me on my live. Guys, take care, and I'll see you on the next one.
JT Corn